On a less high note, I know we're just talking about MVPs, and we're going to talk about someone who has been an MVP, who before his injury was probably the odds-on favorites for MVP, LeBron James. So there's a lot of controversy swirling around LeBron James and his tweet that he put out a couple of days ago. Again, we're recording on April 22nd, so this is going to probably be out of date by the time it's posted. But he posted a tweet about a case that happened in Columbus, Ohio, um, with a young 16-year-old girl by the name of Ma'Khia Bryant. And he posted a picture of the officer and said, "You're next." And this is in the wake of the, what's the guy's name? Chauvin. Is that how
Derek
you
Chauvin.
pronounce his last
Derek
name?
Chauvin, yeah.
It's Chauvin. The Chauvin trial, in the
Chauvin,
case
yeah,
of the
yeah.
murder of George Floyd. He posted that tweet saying, "You're next." And a lot of people didn't like that, especially after the body cam footage of what happened in Columbus was released.
Well, what happened? Because some people might not even know what you're talking about.
That's what I was about to get to, Sean. You can stop interrupting me.
Damn, you're dragging out.
I know, I'm talking a lot, brother.
Very clear, Junior.
So the body cam footage was released actually shortly after the incident happened. It showed a 16-year-old Ma'Khia Bryant approaching a young girl who I don't know the ages. I don't think the ages were released of all these girls. And she falls down while Ma'Khia is holding the knife. The girl falls down, and she turns her attention to another girl, raises her hand with the knife. The cop yells 4 or 5 times to put it down, and after she was unresponsive to his commands, he let off 4 shots, and tried to get immediate attention to her, but she ended up being pronounced dead at the hospital.
Jesus.
Mm.
So yeah, so LeBron James, before any of the body cam footage was even released, posted that tweet saying, "You're next." And I do want to question to JV again, being a member of media,
Yeah.
how did that tweet make you feel?
Um, I think it was done a little prematurely. I understand at the time the country was very, on edge. This was right, out here. I think it was like 2 o'clock Pacific time, 5 o'clock out east. People were, antsy about the verdict. I
Mhm.
think a lot of the country maybe felt like Derek was going to be guilty on all three charges, but we've seen things happen the other way around,
Yeah.
especially in the African American community. And so, when you have LeBron put that tweet out there before we know all the facts, and he even said that, like the anger is still there, but he's trying to gather all the facts and education, educating himself. Uh, I think sometimes we as a public, we've been so fed up with what things been going on that we immediately react once we hear, "Oh man, cop shot black person, what's going on?" But we haven't even seen what happened.
Mhm.
And like you say, we can, debate all day long. Should the cop use the taser, this, that, and the other, But I think as it relates to your specific question with LeBron and the tweet, you got to be careful with that. Because, see, if this officer is justified for using that deadly force, which some would argue he is, I don't know too many parents
Mhm.
that would want their kid to be facing a knife that wouldn't want that officer to pull the trigger, you know. So you just got to be careful, especially when you got a platform like LeBron. If one of us says something like that, maybe it doesn't matter. Not we don't got that many followers. We're not known. We're just
Right.
regular civilians. LeBron with over a million something followers in Ohio, right there, his home state,
Mhm.
Columbus.
Is it
That weighs a lot of
45 or
weight.
so million? Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh and he's since deleted the tweet. I don't know if you
he
mentioned that,
did.
JV, and
Mhm.
issued a statement, which I believe you have pulled up right now.
Yeah, he said,
Afterwards,
"quote Anger does any of us any good, and that includes myself. Gathering all the facts and educating does, though. My anger still is here for what happened that little girl. This is LeBron typing
But
fast.
so you can
clearly.
just fill in the blanks with tweet that little girl. So like what he meant.
Like help us.
Right.
If you were writing the article,
Yeah.
JB, you would have
Okay.
inserted the little brackets and
I
put
would
it
have put the
in.
little bracket. Okay, my bad. Look at you, journalist. I see you. But anyway, LeBron basically is saying my sympathy is for the family and may justice prevail. But he's in essence, he's saying, hey, let me educate myself before I, react. And so that was the reason why he almost knocked down the lamp. That was the reason why he deleted that tweet. And he also said after that, I'm so damn tired of seeing black people killed by the police. I took the tweet down because it's being used to create more hate. This isn't about one officer, it's about the entire system. And they always use our words to create more racism. I am so desperate for more accountability. So again, he's even saying, to validate that even more, like,
Right.
hey, this is greater than what just happened in Columbus. This is a cycle of things that's happening because,
Exactly.
Ms. Bryant is one person today, but I'm sure, God forbid, but I'm sure it's going to happen a week, 2 weeks, a month later, we'll be saying hashtag somebody else,
Right.
and that's just been the theme for a while.
And Sean, I'm gonna tie you in real quick, but I do want to point out that what he said in that follow-up tweet, there were a lot of American flag and bald eagle profile pics admonishing him for the tweet.
Ted Cruz was out there.
Hell, even Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz already talking about he was inciting violence against this cop.
Exactly. And so, Sean, do you think he did the right thing by deleting the tweet?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So I understand why he deleted it, because he said that it was being used for hate. When, come on now, everybody knows that wasn't. I'm not gonna say everybody knows. To me, it seems pretty clear that's not LeBron's intent, right? Is to create hate or incite violence.
Right.
The picture for me was the cop that shot Ma'Khia, right?
Correct.
And then he said, "You're next," and then hashtagged accountability, because Derek Chauvin just got held accountable for what he did to George Floyd. So I took that as LeBron wants this cop to be held accountable for his actions too. He didn't say, let's go to this fucking cop's house. He didn't say, let's go take back our rights, or whatever the fuck Trump said, to fucking go incite violence at the Capitol, right? So I don't think violence was LeBron's message at all. But there are people who will spin that message like it's nothing. So no, I think he should have stood up for that shit. Fuck it. Like we're tired, bro. Everybody's tired. JV, you got to be tired. Aaron, you got to be tired. It's the same fucking cycle over and over and over again. Yes, she had a knife. Yes, she was probably even attacking this other girl, right? But I don't know. I don't feel like you had to murder her. I don't know how many cops were on the scene. There's got to be a way to de-escalate that shit. Like there had to be another way.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Sean. He did make an attempt to de-escalate the situation. Now, should he have pulled his taser instead of his gun? That's debatable, right?
So how's that debatable? Unless he had a taser, how is that debatable?
Well, in the picture, he had a taser.
Okay, so then what are we debating about?
Well, do you think that the taser is going to stop that? That's the thing.
I mean,
is the
potentially
going to stop her in her tracks.
Potentially.
Nah, see, this is the thing. Both of y'all are grown men, and I would say, I even said this to you guys via text, because I don't know the exact report because I haven't got a chance to read the affidavit, but from what I'm understanding, the girl who got killed, Ms. Bryant, she was actually the person who called the police about, these girls. I guess I would like to assume, and I hate to assume, but I would like to assume it was some drama between her and some girls, and they must have showed up to wherever she was at.
Yeah, allegedly they came to her house and was planning on allegedly.
She was an orphan. Okay, she was a foster kid. Sorry, and they came to her place.
Some people had some beef with her. They showed up, and so she grabbed a knife, and here we are. So, but she called the police as well. But I'm saying right there, at that moment, she was the aggressor with a knife in her hand. And it's just like, if us three, we at the club, even if Sean, you was the one that called the police and said, these dudes trying to get on me. If somebody had a knife and they about to come for you, and the police officer saying, drop the weapon.
Shoot me.
No, I'm saying shoot that person who's about to stab you. Yes. That's what I'm saying.
Fucking tackle me, fucking tase me, fucking have 4 or 5
You
cops
put
come fucking get after
but you
me,
put
bro.
yourself
That's
into
what
a
you sign
dangerous
up
position.
for as a cop. You sign up
We
to
gotta
protect
stop
and
that.
serve and put yourself in dangerous situations.
We
No,
gotta
fuck, there's
stop
nothing to
that,
stop
though.
that. That's what they signed up for, bro.
No. We gotta stop Monday night. We gotta stop Monday morning quarterbacking police in there in the line of fire, in the line of duty.
I'm not saying that he's
hold
not.
them accountable.
Yes.
I'm saying this is all I'm saying. Hold an officer accountable when they're just straight ass negligent. We did that with Derek and George Floyd. It was no reason why you had to have your knee on this man's neck for that damn long. Even if you felt like he wouldn't put his hand behind his back, you got to put your knee on his shoulders to get him to put his, okay, whatever your tactic is. You ain't got to put your knee on this man back for 9 damn minutes. And he in handcuffs. Whole time he in handcuffs. So who the hell he finna hurt? Even if he ran, he ain't finna get by. His hands is behind his back. You see what I'm saying? So that, okay, cool. Put that motherfucker in jail forever. Whatever you need to do. Charge him all 3 charges and find him guilty. But if the officer is screaming, put the weapon down, put the weapon down, put the weapon down. So what are we saying to this officer? Maybe you should have threw your baton stick at her. Maybe she would have dropped the knife. Maybe you should, you know what I'm saying? Maybe
what I'm saying is putting 4 or 5 shots in and maybe doesn't have to be the answer, right? What's the point of the justice system?
I'm saying,
so that if she decided to commit if she commits a crime, right? God forbid she stabbed this chick, right? Then the cops could potentially have the right
to murders another person.
And then you go on trial for murder, right? Maybe, or she doesn't murder her. Maybe the chick doesn't die from the fucking stabbing. I don't fucking know. We didn't get that far.
It'd still be attempted.
So then she would then be put on trial and be locked up, right? And isn't that the whole point of the justice system is to hold people accountable for their actions? Like that's the.
But here's the thing. So Sean, we have for the past 100 years, that's an exaggeration, said that the police are there to protect and serve. We finally have an instance of them protecting and serving.
Right.
And we still want to get outraged about it. What's the problem here?
What's the problem here?
That's what I'm trying to understand.
The problem is the fucked up system that we deal with fucking for how many years, hundreds of years, we're going to call it. I don't know. But the problem is because the system is so flawed and fucked up. Yeah, we look at everything sideways. We do.
And that's okay. That's okay. Listen, I'm okay with you being upset. Just like LeBron said, the anger is still there. I'm okay with you being upset about the situation. I'm okay with you being upset that, you know, this child, because again, she's not a grown woman. I'm upset that, you know, that this child is dead.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, she, at that moment in time, she was the aggressor with that knife and had the officer telling you to put the weapon down, That was it.
And you don't listen.
Throw your knife down. The police can just run and attack everybody and put them in handcuffs and sort everything out. Cool. We would have never known about this story. This would have just been a local news story in Franklin County, Ohio. But
I don't see how the use of deadly force is justifiable in an action that didn't happen. She didn't stab the chick. She didn't kill the chick. Let me say that she didn't kill the chick.
Protect and serve. That's
the problem. It's that protect part.
Something from happening. You supposed protect me, like basically protecting things from happening. So
like what good is it?
So protect her from herself. Then don't shoot to kill. Don't shoot to kill.
I don't think he initially shot to kill.
Did he kill
wounds that ended up? It was the wounds that ended up killing her for sure.
But
that wasn't his
gunshots.
intention when he shot. Was not to kill. It was to sedate and incapacitate.
Do we know how many bullets hit her?
I don't. I know he let off 4 shots, but I don't know how many landed in her.
I can probably guess more than one. I don't know for a fact, but I'm gonna guess more than one.
Probably.
I'll just say this, and I'll be done. I'm in LA. I got a blue Los Angeles hat on. If somebody wanted to approach me on some gangbang shit and try to attack me, and I call the police, and
don't go to Figueroa, bro.
I sure won't. They do that, and the police come to the scene, and this person is about to attack me with a knife.
You want that person killed?
Absolutely. At that point, that person wishes you ill will.
Yes. Okay. Yes. But that's a different perspective, right? JV's talking from the perspective of the chick that's about to get stabbed. There are 4 perspectives: hers, Ma'Khia's, the cops, and the public.
Okay. Well, let's play all 3 people. Let's play all 3 people. Okay. Let's reverse.
That was 4.
I call the police on this same person. Okay. Whatever. I call the police on this person that's attacking me. I go to the trunk. Now I got a machete. How I get a machete in LA, who knows? But I got a machete. and the police is standing out there put the machete down, put that shit. Put
I'm the police
fucking
officer
thing
in
down.
this.
And he the police officer, and I'm sitting up here about to slash this motherfucker.
I see that death is almost certain in this moment.
And you say
I have
tasing. Fuck even trying to tase this motherfucker. Fuck it.
so
no.
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking, though. That's what I'm
so
asking.
here's the again, Sean.
Yes.
Tasing doesn't stop you in your tracks. That's the thing.
It does not.
Tasing's not gonna stop you in your tracks.
You guys have both been tased before. You're speaking from experience.
I've been tased.
Oh,
I mean, not tased. I had a cattle prod. I mean, I've been hit with a cattle prod. It's the same thing.
Okay, I don't know.
Right? It doesn't stop you in your tracks. That's just how it works.
Somebody.
Yeah. So you would have tased her. That knife would have probably still ended up in her. That's how that works.
I'll just say this. Again, condolences to that young woman and her family, friends, and everybody that knows her, because again, we are talking about a 16-year-old girl, and some articles even said she was 15, so it's still kind of confusing on exactly how old she is. We are talking about a teenage girl whose life was cut short. So we don't want to make little of that. I want to make sure everybody is listening and watching. We're not making little of that. But in the end of the day, every cop situation that ends up in the death of someone that's African American, black, brown, whatever, let's take a moment and see what happened. And then for sure, if it's outrageous, negligent, accountability. But we can't 1 minute say accountability, but don't protect and serve. We want you to protect and serve. But oh, you didn't have to do this. You should have threw a rock at her. Like, come on, what you want? Do you want?
I want there to be a way for both of them to have made out of this situation alive, right? And I just don't know if they went out of their way to make sure that was a thing. Tackle her.
Well, she'll be alive if she'll be alive if she put that fucking knife down. Because now I'm worried about the officer, because if you tackle her, what if she try to stab the damn officer?
That's what it comes down to. And then she ends up dead. And then she definitely ends up dead in that situation.
So the use of the use of deadly force, if a cop is being attacked, is different. Because the cop is being attacked. Like you're attacking a police officer at that point.
I'm saying put the fucking weapon down. That's what I'm saying.
Perfect world, of course. She's 15, 16 in the heat of the moment. Like, it's easy for you to say.
Regardless, this is the thing, though, right? Like, again, I don't want to sound like those conservative people, because they don't give a damn about these people that's being killed. They just want to attack LeBron and the left and all of that.
That's the only reason.
But again, at some point, we got to ask ourselves as people of color, when you are in these incidents with police, what are you doing or not doing that could contribute to escalating this situation more? Okay, you did the right thing, baby girl. You called the police. I guess you had to feel like you had to defend yourself until the police showed up. They show up, everybody there, put the fucking knife down, let the police handle their damn job. Let them do their job. That's that, Sean. It's simple as that. If you was in Wrigleyville and you got into it with somebody, you got into it with somebody and you getting into a fight, and the police officer tell you, put the knife down, or I think you registered to carry now, put the gun down, and you sitting up here, I'm finna shoot this motherfucker. I'm sorry, I'm not finna get on WGN crying, talking about that's my best friend.
Fair enough. And I think that's exactly a very good point. And we need to, as you brought up earlier, JV, we need to wait for the facts to come out. LeBron didn't do it in that moment. He acted out of emotion, essentially. And yes, the people who stand on the far right, they were in his mentions immediately, right?
For sure. They don't care.
And this should probably be a lesson to, it should be a lesson to anyone. Doesn't matter if you're an athlete, if you're a regular person working at Best Buy, working at a news station, especially if you're working at a news station, it's your job to report the news, and you want to report the news as accurate as possible, right?
Right on.
Don't speak unless you have the facts.
Yeah, that's it.
So opinions aren't allowed. All right, gotcha.
That's it.
Right. You can base those opinions off of what actually happened, though. Don't base them off what you think happened.
Fair enough.
Don't just be shooting shit in the barrel. That's the problem. I think a lot of people do, and I know we got to wrap, but I think a lot of people do that, especially because it's so cool to do so. Oh man, see, that's the problem, man. Shit, all cops do is shoot black folks, and I'm like, okay, this is fucked up that this is happening right as this verdict is being read. But what actually happened? You got to apply to Columbus police. They released that damn video the same fucking night.
And I did want to talk about that. I think the only reason they released
respect.
Yeah. Only reason they brought it up, I mean, they released is because they saw justification. That's the only reason those ever get released immediately.
Exactly. They saw.
Usually it takes weeks.
Wait,
they're like, put that out there.
They was like, oh shit, you told her to put that shit down 4 or 5 times. She's still trying to stay at that girl. Shit, send it to NBC right now.
Immediately. They wasted no time. Because you better believe that if there was any sort of malcontention in there and the officer acted incorrectly, it would have taken weeks for us to see that video.
For sure. And I'll leave you guys with this one last stat. That was the 3rd person that the Columbus Police Department shot and killed within the last year. So I can understand why people in Columbus, Franklin County are pissed the fuck off. I get that. But again, you know,
3rd person in general, or is that 3rd black person?
3rd person in general, I think.
I want to say this is the 3rd black person because I know they shot that young man not too long ago, in the late fall, early spring, and then they shot somebody earlier in 2020. So like if you say 2020 to 2021 now, so I want to say it was 3 black people they shot and killed. Okay. So I can understand the black community being pissed off for sure, but put the knife down. That's all I gotta say.
All right. We're gonna just finish up with just the last thoughts. Sean, what you got, man?
I would love to have like a long period of time where we don't have to talk about police killing black people. We don't have to talk about mass shootings because that's fucking back on the uptick, unfortunately.
The vacky got him acting wacky, bro.
Right? I swear to God, bro. It's so fucking sad because every fucking day is something else, man. And I hope in my lifetime we get to a point where like this shit's damn near non-existent. I don't foresee that, but a brother can hope, right?
Hey, if we can just get some sort of handle on these issues with gun ownership, maybe. But you know, the right won't let that happen.
Also, CP3 for MVP.
JV, what you got for us, bro?
I was just gonna conclude and say, I mean, I think that that verdict the other day was definitely a pivotal point. It could be. We stay on it. Stay holding people accountable. Stay on it. That's one thing I like about the young people on social media. You know, they not popping Tide Pods anymore. They actually trying to solve crimes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, you know,
that was a dark time. That was definitely a dark time.
It was.
Was that same thing as bath salts? Was that a different thing too?
No, that was a different thing. They were literally eating Tide Pods.
That was a different thing. They was
that's
really
that Gen Z shit.
That's that Gen Z shit. Look at them now. They out here solving crimes. And, you know, if it wasn't for that young girl, I think she was 16, 17, that
17,
filmed the George Floyd situation, 17, we wouldn't have even seen that. So it's happening. Keep on it. Keep your feet on it.
You can hope that it gets better, even if it happens slowly, to eventually where we feel like we're on equal footing. But as right now, we know that's not the case. But like I said, just hope that it keeps getting better. But anyways, thank you guys for joining us. If you enjoyed it, please comment below. Please consider subscribing. Share this with all your friends. If you like listening to podcasts, go find us on your favorite podcast platform. Link will be in the description. And until next time, peace.
Peace.
Peace.